Hello, and welcome to another episode of Craftroom Stories with Peg. So, there could be all kinds of interruptions today. I don't even know. The dogs are just making noise and everything, but we are going to do an episode of Show and Tell today. So, I hope you will enjoy. I have made some things with the Ginghams, the Gingham paper dolls. And I thought I would show you what I had done. So we've got some more little clusters. The first cluster I made was this one. Ta-da! And I've made some more with all the different little colors. Tried to do some contrasts and everything. I hope I'm not pixelating. I don't really know how fast to move, and I'm trying to move slowly so you guys don't get all dizzy and so on. I made a little matchbook flippy pad. I just used her dress with some lace, some little trims, and just a little ribbon to cover the staples. And I have put a little pocket in here with a couple of journal cards, and then just a flippy pad with some fly sheets and various graph paper, who knows. But that'll be fun to go in the deconstructed journal that I'm making. Also, I have done a little paper bag thing that I learned how to make from Justine with House of Mahalo. And that's taking the bottom part of the paper bag, cutting off the rest of it. And that one's cute. And then I love this one. I've taken, this is a tag, double tag thing that I got from Tracy Fox. And anyway, I've put a little gingham girl on here, and then a little scripture, and another little dress into a pocket, and then there's just room for some journaling there, and then a couple more dresses on the back, and hope. Then this, I just saw Tina from Shabby Dabby Doodah make this on her channel, and I've tied it up with a little string there. Oh, and I've knotted it. Have I knotted it? Oh, it came undone. Okay, so tricky. It's always tricky when you're on camera. So, love one another, little gingham girl. And then you open it up, and there's some pockets here. I've got a little hat and a little shawl, and another little printable from Tracy Fox. And then one of the benches that comes with the gingham. They're not really called the Gingham Girls, they're just called the Ginghams. But since they are little girls, I tend to call them the Gingham Girls. But if you were actually searching for them on Etsy or wherever, you would just look up the Ginghams paper dolls. So anyway, that's what I have made so far. Now, I thought that I might come along, like I said, and do a show and tell. Well, that was show what I made there. And then I've made a journal using two of Tina from Shabby Dabby Doodah's kits. I'd love to tell you which ones they are, but I don't remember the names of them. But they are both kind of black and cream, you know, just really neutral kits, when she doesn't have very many of those. So they would not be hard to find. And I've made a ring bound journal, and I thought that I would just show you the journal while telling you a story, because it is Craftroom Stories with Peg. So the story I would like to tell you, well, let me put the journal down here first. Okay, let me see if I'm in frame. Do I need to raise it up? I can't see what I'm looking at. Let me see. I may need to raise it up just a little bit. Bear with. Okay, and then I'm gonna Gonna tilt you. Please don't get dizzy and go away. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, so I've tied this up with a little fun polka dotted sari silk, and I have put a little glossy accents. Sorry about my arm in your face. On this journal card, and backed it with some faux leather and some lace and everything, and put a flower with a little bride in the center. Okay, so the story I'm going to tell you today is one of the funniest falling stories from the summer of falling. And my niece said, you should call it, instead of the summer of falling, since they're more than just the summertime, you should call it Oops, I Did It Again, which, okay, that fits. So, I was visiting a friend from university. I'll kind of switch from side to side on this. I don't even know if I'm in. I'm going to have to, let me just see. Okay, forward. Man, this is a learning curve, y'all, on what this shows up like. Okay, so I was visiting a friend from university who lives in Ohio. Diane, bless her, so sweet. And she has a house that has a basement, a regular story, and then an upper story. And the basement is where she keeps her spare room. And the bed in it is a futon. This is significant to the story. Also, she keeps her house really cold, which is fine with me because I'm generally hot. And I have been to her house multiple times previous to this visit. And this is closed with a little magnet. It makes me so happy. La, la, la. Ding. I love that sound. Anyway, I'm going to be distracted, y'all. I'm going to try not to be, but it will happen because that's the nature of me. Also, this here is a little tab. Can you see that? You could connect a little pin in there, I think, for writing if you wanted to. So, I had gone to bed. Everybody had gone to bed. And I called my husband, was talking to him. And we hung up the phone, and I leaned over to turn off the light. I was bundled up under the covers because I was cold. And I leaned over. This was a futon bed, by the way. And I leaned over, and the bed totally tipped on me. Totally tipped. And I rolled out of the bed and crashed through the wall. I wish this was just a myth, but this is true, factual. What happened was, I have to use my hands for this. So when the bed tipped and I rolled out, after I rolled off the bed and crashed through the wall, the bed popped back up. My feet were still tangled in the covers on the bed. My behind is in the wall. I'm clinging with dear life to the bedside table. So now I'm in kind of a V where my feet and hands are up and my behind is down in the wall. I'm tangled and I cannot get out of this position. So, this is not good. And, I'm literally stuck, y'all, in the wall, and I am concerned. So I tried to call Diane to get some help. And I'm also horrified because, of course, I am stuck in the wall. And I realized then that I have busted through my friend's wall, and I'm terrified that her husband is going to make me leave and ask me, please never come back to our house. And so, oh bless. Well, I called her. She didn't answer the phone. I assume, okay, she's probably not taken her cell phone with her to bed. Or if she did, she turned it off. So I thought, well, I'll call her house phone because maybe she keeps that on for emergencies. Well, turns out I did not have her house phone with me in my cell phone. So I call my husband back and I tell him I have fallen out of the bed, crashed through the wall, and I can't get out. I'm stuck. And he's all, well, Peg, what do you want me to do about it? I am in Oklahoma. Well, I laughed, of course, but I said, I know that you're in Oklahoma, but I need, I try to call Diane's phone. I can't get through. I'm thinking, maybe I can reach her house phone, and I don't have that with me. Can you look it up for me? And he's like, okay. So he looks up her phone number. I get off the phone with him and call her house phone. No answer. So I'm in a bit of a panic at this point, just stuck in the wall. And, well, I'm calling out on God, of course, Lord, help me, get me out of here. And can you see this? I'm making a mess of this. Anyway, I'm calling out on God and still stuck in the wall. And I think at some point I must have called my sister because she remembers me calling her. I do not remember it, but then I was traumatized. And so, anyway, finally get my feet untangled, get out of the wall. It hurt, by the way. And I'm scraped up because it was one of those thin walls. And now I'm just waiting for my friend to wake up and come down the stairs, or, come downstairs to the main floor. She was an early riser, so I knew I wouldn't have to wait too long. And so I crawl my way up the stairs to her because I was hurt. I literally could not walk, and had not slept all night because I was just traumatized and horrified. And I tell her, I'm like, Diane, I have to tell you something, and I really don't want to tell you, but I have to. But just know ahead of time, I'll pay for the damage. And she goes, oh my goodness, what? I said, well, I rolled out of the bed last night and crashed through your wall, and now there's a Peggy-sized hole in your wall. She's all, but you're okay? And I'm all, yeah, I'm in a little bit of pain, but I'm okay. And she goes, okay, well, it's more important that you're okay, but I am going to have to go see this hole. She's trying not to laugh because she can see I'm traumatized. I said, your husband is going to send me home. And she said, first of all, no, he's not going to send you home. He's going to probably laugh and he'll probably tease you about it, but he's not going to send you home. So I show her, well, actually, I think I just let her go down there. I may have gone down too. I don't really remember. But she said, well, sure enough, that's a Peggy-sized hole in the wall. Oh my goodness, y'all. No. So, she said the good thing about it is because she said that is paneling, and I've hated it since we've moved in here. And I told my husband that I wanted it gone, and he hasn't done it yet. So now he's going to be forced to. And so I said, oh, he's going to hate me. I didn't put anything in these little pockets, but I've got pockets here in all of these, in this little thing. I may have to put something in there. Anyway, so I'm just dying till he gets awake and comes down, and she tells him without, me having to be right there, just in case, I guess, maybe that he would flip out. But he didn't, and he teased me about it, and so life was okay then. And he did let me go back. But they have now taken down the wall and just redone their whole basement, which is good. So, yeah, embarrassing, horrifying. You never expect to see a hole in the wall the size of your behind. Not good. And, yeah, so just in case you've ever encountered something horrifying, feel free to tell me because I would love to hear about it. If you want me to share it on here, I'd be glad to do that. Oh, anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying my little journal here that I've made. This is one of my favorites. It's the only one I've ever made with basically no color. It's all kind of black, brown, cream, you know, that sort of thing. And I hope I have done okay to not make you dizzy showing it. I hope you all can see. I don't even know if I'm in frame. This may be another one. I have previously filmed another video that I had to delete because it just would not upload, and it kept saying error message, and it was too long, and I was rambling. I mean, I ramble anyway, but boy, I was especially rambling this time. Okay, check this out. Look, Carrie from the Paper Monkey. Here's a fleur-de-lis, and this is a little paper sack. Got a couple of journal cards in here, and some little people. And I've coffee. This is a white lunch sack, and I coffee dyed it, and then covered it with lace. And I just thought it made it look so vintage and pretty. So as you can see, a couple little kits in this one, and I do love to make a ring-bound journal. And I hope you have enjoyed show and tell. This is kind of a shorter video, but it's probably better that some of them are shorter because I do ramble. I feel myself going into a rambling stage right now. Hopefully I will have another video for you next week with the ginghams. Now, I don't know how long it will take for this thing to load, but hopefully with it being shorter, it won't take as long. And I didn't have to pause it because of my dogs making crazy noise or anybody calling, so yay! I will talk to you guys later, and I hope that you stick around and give it a little bit of a like and maybe subscribe to my channel if you're interested. Would sure love that. But at any rate, I hope I've entertained you. Have a fabulous day.